Hey everyone. So today we'll be discussing what for loops are and usually how they're used in Python. Now, if you ever have the need to say write down multiple lines at the same time, say let's just go with a single example that you want your program to print numbers from say 1 to 20 or 1 to 10 for whatever reasons that may be. So what you usually do is let's just write a program here that says, let's say I want to print 1 to 10. So what would I do is I would say print 1, print 2, and then print 3, so on and so forth. But that is tiresome and it's basically nonsense if you're doing this in Python. Why? Because there are other ways that you can do this in a much more easy way. And that's where the for loop comes in. Now, what for loops basically do is you give them a certain number of iterations to be done. And by iterations, it means the number of times the loop is executed. So say if I read the basic syntax is for, and if I need to specify a variable here, I in range. Now, this is the skeleton for all for loops in Python. Now, what the I variable stands here for is whatever value that we give here inside the range function, each of that value is taken one at a time and assigned as the I variable. So let's say I give the range to be from 1 up till 20. That's the way you give it. That means the range will start from 1 and go up to, but not including 20. So once you've written this, what you can do is just add a colon here and then hit enter, and you'll automatically come to the next line with an indentation. That means whatever you're writing here will belong to this for loop, and everything that is inside will be executed that many times. So say if I now say print I, and if I save this now, let me just quickly save this, and let's just call this something .py. And now if I run this, I get printed 1 up till 19 but not 20. So for every iteration of the loop, what my code did was it go in this, and every time it printed I, and in each iteration the value of I was assigned to one of the values from the range 1 to 20, and that's done in sequential order. Now let's say I want to print values from 1 to 20, but I want them to be, let's go to 20. So now I have to write 1 to 21 so that it includes 21. I mean, it does not include 21 up to 21 and below, I mean less. But in this case, I don't want any odd numbers. I mean, I don't want any even numbers. You can do both. So that's called a step value. That means how much should the for loop skip before going on to the next value. So say if I just give 1, and if we save this and if we run this, our loop prints just as exactly as same as before. Why? Because the step value of 1 is the default value in the for loop. To change that, what you need to do is you need to provide 2. So now if we provide 2 and if we run this, hold on, it just went down. Let's just try to keep it up here. We now get just the odd numbers. We go from 1 to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and all those. Now let's see if we want the even numbers. What we should do is we should start from 0. That way we would get the even numbers as well. And there we go, we get the even numbers as well, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. And that's one of the basics of for loop. And what you can also do with for loops is say, as we learned last time, we can use break statements. What you can do is say if you can write an if condition, if I at any time is equal to say 10, then it needs to break out of the for loop, and that's it. The program should stop executing. So if we now run this, what we get is just 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and as soon as it hit 10, it breaks off and it does not print the rest of the numbers, even though our loop goes on up till 20. Now if I change this to print odd numbers, that means our loop should never encounter 10. And if we now run this, we go all the way up till 19. Why? Because our loop never encountered 10 and hence it never broke. That's just about a little basics of for loop, and I'll see you guys in the next video.